Oh, let's get this banner going.
Hi,
Hello, welcome
hello.
everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yay. Welcome, join us. I don't know where you are, but
Yeah,
join us.
yeah, we're here
Whatever you're
waiting for
doing,
you.
stop it.
All right.
Come,
Yeah.
come. Wow, we've already got Massimo. He heard me. Hello,
Fantastic.
Massimo. How are you? And
Welcome, Massimo.
Masha,
Welcome,
or
Masha.
Masha, but I think Masha. Hello, hello, hello.
Masha Met,
Yay.
the Monster Mash.
That was lovely. So yeah, welcome to today's 6 to 7 focus activity on pet peeves. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Thank
And
you.
how are you, Caesar?
I'm all
Luca,
right. Yeah,
hello.
surviving, getting by,
Surviving,
still alive,
chilling,
staying alive. There
still
we go.
alive. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is important. Um, so as you guys introduce yourselves, we will introduce ourselves. So I'm Jadine. I'm from London in England, and I am a teacher in my school in Milan.
And I am Caesar. I also teach in the same school in Milan,
Yay.
but I am
Teaching friends.
originally from Puerto Rico and I grew up in Florida.
How exciting! How multicultural. We've got Julia, Gilda. I'm not sure.
Ah, Gilda, yeah. Oh, Oviedo, Florida. That's
Okay.
actually where I grew up. Oh, amazing. Go Gators. Woo!
Wow, what are the chances?
Yeah, crazy, right? And
Um,
Gilda from Salerno. Fantastic. Oh, Novara. All right.
Interesting. Cool. Well, welcome
So,
everybody.
what are we talking about today, Jadine?
We're talking about pet peeves. So, what's a pet
Mm.
peeve?
So a pet peeve is something that you really, 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 really don't like. So something
Hi,
that,
Mariana. Okay. So
just
something you don't like. Is it something? Is it like a really big issue? Like, for example, I don't like the political structure in the UK. Is that a pet peeve?
well, okay, maybe not that big. Normally, it's something a little bit more personal, something that just makes you kind of, snap, maybe.
Okay. Okay, so maybe not something huge, but something you really don't like.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have pet peeves, we call these.
Good to
So,
know.
can you read this for us?
I sure can. So, pet peeves. In this focus activity, we will be looking at common pet peeves, so pet peeves that many of us have, phrases for complaining, something that I'm personally very good at, and polite requests.
Absolutely. All right. So
Okay.
what is complaining exactly?
Complaining is when you don't like something. So it can be in two different ways. It can be when you don't like something, so you voice your opinion and you tell everybody else that you don't like it. You just complain about the thing. Or it can be a more formal complaint. So for example, in a restaurant, if there's a problem with my food, I can make a complaint and let the chef know there was an issue, and then maybe they'll change the food, or I'll get a discount and my meal will be less expensive, something like this.
Exactly. If Amazon maybe delivers something and it arrives broken, then you can make a complaint about this and maybe get a new product or get credit for another product.
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, what is a pet peeve? We said a pet peeve is a dislike. So, now for the serious stuff. What are your
Hmm.
biggest pet peeves and why? Make sure to
So this
also answer this in the comments, guys, as we talk about it.
exactly. Exactly. This is a question for everyone watching. We want to know more about you and find out all about your pet peeves. Um, it's not my biggest pet peeve, but one I was talking about the other day is I hate when people drink tea with the
Okay.
tea bag, and
Yeah.
then when they finish, they put the tea bag in the sink where you wash the dishes.
Oh,
Just put it,
yes.
put it, put it
Yes.
in the bin. I don't
Yeah,
understand. Put it in the
exactly.
bin.
You're not gonna wash that.
No, why is it in the sink? It's
Yeah.
horrible. Okay, so Julia says, my biggest pet peeve is my parents continuously calling me and having no boundaries. Wow. Okay, fair enough. I think
Yeah,
that's a really great example.
absolutely.
Okay, and Luca, I hate when people use their phone while they're driving. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
good, fair enough.
I'd say more than a
I
pet
think
peeve,
that's
that's
both
also
really great.
dangerous.
It's true. It's true. Your pet peeve is well placed.
Yeah, good, very
Um,
logical. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Very
okay,
dangerous.
Mariana. Yeah. So this is a really nice definition. A pet peeve is something that doesn't make you live well, and by that I think you mean something make that doesn't give you enjoyment or pleasure, rather than live
Exactly.
well, as in live healthily. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's something that maybe disrupts your day. It's not a big issue, but it makes you feel more unhappy. Oh, and Massimo. Okay, excellent. Yeah. So at the moment, my biggest pet peeve is to stay at home. Although we would probably say is staying at home. But
exactly.
yeah,
So just one little
really,
thing.
really nice.
In English, if you put a verb in the position of the subject or in the position of the object, just transform it into ing. So my biggest pet peeve is the verb. So after is we need ing, staying home. Perfect. So one of my biggest pet peeves is when I'm walking um, on the sidewalk and there is a group of people talking and I have to walk around them, or if I walk through them, they get mad at me as if I was the rude one.
No,
Yeah, that's one of my biggest pet peeves.
I think that's a very common one actually. Um, and Guild, my biggest pet peeve is when people call me while I'm busy.
Absolutely, yes, I hate that.
Oh, see, I think it's quite nice. I love when people call me, but I think nobody really calls me. So when they call me, I'm like,
Oh,
yay, I have friends. Call me more.
oh man, this is taking another turn.
Maybe. I'm gonna get real personal with you guys. I've not had
Yeah,
enough social interaction
yeah,
this week, so it's
gonna get
all
it
coming
all
out.
out, all on the table.
Yep, yep.
What are some other pet peeves you guys have? Do you have any other pet peeves, Jadine?
Um, yes. The worst thing is I have so many, but the pressure right now, I can't think of any. I should have prepared. I
Yeah.
knew this was coming, and I did no preparation.
Okay,
Maybe
so yeah, you got one?
yeah. So a pet peeve is something that my mum does
Yeah,
actually, and it's like she'll walk around with her bag
yeah.
open
Oh,
and
yeah.
and and all of her credit cards just thrown into the bag. She
Yeah,
has a
yeah,
purse, she has a wallet, but all
yeah.
of her credit cards she just throws into the bag,
Oh,
and then the
man.
bag is just open, and it
Yeah.
drives me crazy. What are you
And she
doing?
lives in London, right?
Zip it. Yeah, just zip
Oh,
the
man.
bag up. Zip
That's
up the bag.
yeah, that's not a good idea.
What about you, Caesar? I think you were gonna say something.
Yeah, one of my other pet peeves is when, for example, I'm eating, and maybe I'm eating outside or eating in like a little kind of um, terrace kind of thing, or somebody starts smoking, and as I'm eating, the smoke, gets in my face.
Ah, are you a smoker, Caesar?
No, no, I don't smoke. So
So
when
I guess
I'm,
that's
especially when I'm
extra
eating,
annoying.
exactly. Yeah, it really
I think
grinds
even
my gears.
some smokers really it grinds your gears. Some
Yeah,
smokers I know don't even like the smell of smoke when they're eating. So for
yeah,
you, it must just be really, really annoying.
exactly.
So Mariano, my pet peeve. We don't need the article there. So my pet peeve is washing my hands when I get home. Okay, and just one point to make. We do use at home, but we use at home for when we're talking about a present moment. So I am at home, or in the past, but you were staying there. I was at home. If we use
Exactly.
the
So
word
normally with the
get,
with the verb
oh
to
no, you
be.
can, yeah. If we have the word get, it's kind of more like travel because I'm going somewhere, I'm getting somewhere, I'm arriving. So we don't need at there. Um, Julia, my other pet peeve is when I come home from work and find my husband playing Fortnite and the house is still a mess. He should learn how to prioritize better. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe divorce him. I don't know.
yeah, just divorce. Just you
If
know,
he's not gonna if he's not
nip it
gonna
in the bud.
appreciate you.
That's what I'm saying. Just yeah.
Ah, okay. We have my first French student that I'm aware of.
Oh, Laurent, you're
Laurent,
back.
welcome. My pet peeve is when the people speak loudly on a phone. Okay, yes. Yeah, I agree with that.
Perfect. And do we need to say the people, or can we just say people in general?
We'd say if we're talking about people in general, then we don't need the definitive article the, because it's not one specific person, it's all of the people.
Exactly.
Okay, so Luca agrees with you about the
Thank you,
smoking.
Luca.
And Massimo, my other pet peeve is when people throw waste in the road. Yeah, so we can
Yeah,
call that littering.
exactly. When people litter, and it can be
Yeah,
both a noun or a verb. To litter.
excellent. Okay, and finally, Gilda, also like you, my other pet peeve is when people smoke near me. Cool.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm right there with you, Gilda.
Cool, cool, cool.
All right.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and yeah. So these are some common structures. We can say my biggest pet peeve is one of my biggest pet peeves, or I really hate it when. So, when talking about pet peeves, in English, we have a lot of different ways to complain. We have so many verbs, so much vocabulary related to this topic. So, you
Mm.
have so many ways to express this. So, can you think of other ways to say what annoys you? So, this one's another one. So, we can say to annoy, to have a pet peeve. What other expressions do you guys know to talk about pet peeves?
One thing I know that we can say is that something bugs me.
Absolutely.
What bugs me? And to be bugged, oh, great. Julia, Luca, yes, so it bothers me. Ah, she's also gone with bugs me. Cool. And Massimo, I really dislike it. If something bugs me, it's something that bothers me. Something I don't like is annoying.
Exactly. What is a
Oh,
bug?
and Lauren, a bug is like a small insect, usually that can fly. If you've ever seen The Lion King, then you know when Simba goes to live with Timon and Pumbaa, they
Yeah,
eat
he
a lot of
eats bugs.
bugs.
Yeah,
He eats the
that's
bugs.
true.
Then
Yeah,
Laurent, so not he, unless you're talking about one man, but something drives me crazy because in the third person we always conjugate the verb differently. So he, she, it drives me crazy.
exactly. Fantastic job, guys. We know a lot of synonyms already.
We're a very annoyed group today, it
Yeah,
appears.
exactly. We've got plenty to say. All right, so let's see some other ones. Let's see, what do we have here? So,
Ooh.
you want to go through these real quick?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so here we have a task, and obviously everyone watching, please take part and do the activity. So put the phrases for complaining in order from the weakest, which is number 1, to the strongest, which is number 7. And then the 7 phrases we have are: I can't stand it when, it gets on my nerves when, it annoys me to no end when, it bugs me when, it bothers me when, I hate it when, and it drives me crazy when. So
Okay.
excellent, because you guys already came up with a couple of these.
But which ones are stronger? Which ones are a little bit weaker?
To be honest, even I don't know. So I'm looking forward to the answers.
Yeah. I mean, some of them are synonyms, some of them are exactly the same, but there are some of them that are a little bit stronger than the others.
Mm, but I'm not sure if I know what would be the strongest. So
Mm.
I think there are at least 3 or
Yeah.
4. They're pretty powerful ways to say that something is annoying you or bothering you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Laurent says
1-1.
number
So I
1.
can't stand it when would be the weakest.
Okay.
Would you agree with that?
Personally, no, because
Mm.
I can't stand it is another phrase to say I can't give this thing any time. I'm trying to not use the other phrases on the board.
Yeah, yeah.
But like it's something that you really don't like, you don't want to be around it, and I think that's quite strong for
Yeah,
me. I think not being able to stand something is really quite a strong way to say something annoys you.
exactly. This one's in fact one of the strongest ones in this list. I can't stand it when
Mm.
I just can't. For example, normally if you have a brother or a sister that is younger than you, for example, when I was younger, my I could not stand, so in the past I could not stand my little brother because he always wanted to play and to do different things, and I wanted to relax, so I couldn't stand
Horrible.
it. Yeah.
Horrible, Caesar. He was just trying to shower you with love.
I know, but
Alright,
it
so
can be a bit much.
Massimo has a suggestion. So I can't stand it when it annoys me to no end. It bugs me. It gets on my nerves. It bothers me. It drives me crazy. And the strongest he thinks is I hate it. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. So again, I'm not entirely convinced by this option either.
Yeah. I don't think that I can't stand it should be the weakest. This one's definitely in the
Hmm.
other.
The
Yeah,
high category.
exactly. So let's go ahead and see what we have.
Hmm. Yeah, I'd like.
So it bothers me when this one's one of the weaker ones.
Okay.
Do we have any synonyms of it bothers me when that would be
Um.
just as strong, you would say?
Yeah. Well done, Masha. Um. So it bothers me. Ooh. Maybe. Maybe I find it a bit annoying. If something
Yeah.
bothers me, I find it a bit annoying.
Yeah.
I don't hate it, but I just prefer if it didn't happen.
Exactly. Yeah. I would say maybe like it bothers me, it bugs me, it annoys me. I would say these three are
Mm,
pretty similar. They're not too strong, but they give you this idea of something that is not the best for me. Yeah, to
Oh, okay.
disturb as
Nice
well.
one with disturb. That's a really, really good synonym, and I agree with that. If something bothers you, it's a bit disturbing.
Exactly.
Ooh, it irks me.
Oh, fantastic,
Whoa,
Luca. This one's a
what
good
nice
one.
vocabulary. Yeah, I
I
agree. So
think this
again,
one though would be a little bit stronger than
yeah,
these though.
but not too strong. If something
Yeah,
irks you again, it's not too strong, but it is just it's annoying. Make it stop.
yeah,
Cool.
fantastic. Or maybe an older one, to vex.
To vex.
For all of my island people, no vex me.
Oh, my dad says that as well.
Does
To
he?
vex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
But
we
so
don't use it
I
in
think
the
if
States, but
something vexes you, it's something that makes you vexed or makes you angry or annoyed.
yeah.
So to vex, to make someone angry or annoyed.
This one I only know because of all of the, dance hall and reggae, you know, I listen to.
Oh, yeah, man.
All right. So then we got it bugs me. It gets on my nerves. That's another one.
Yeah, this
Very
is a really
similar.
common one for me in my family. I'm often
Yeah.
getting on my mother's nerves.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This one's very similar to Italian too, gets on my nerves.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Didn't know that.
Yeah. Then, so here we have it annoys me to no end. So if we just say it annoys me, it's not that strong. But if you say if it annoys me to no end, then it becomes stronger.
Mm.
And that's why here it's a little bit higher to vex. It's vexing.
I don't know if something is vexing. I think something can be vexatious, but then I don't know if that changes the meaning of the word.
Yeah, I would say it vexes me,
Mm,
or I'm vexed, maybe.
it vexes me.
Yeah,
Okay, so Marsha has said 3 is number 4. Yes, exactly.
exactly. Yeah. And with
Okay.
all of these, you can kind of, also change it. For example, it bothers me. It really bothers me. It bugs me. It really bugs me. So you can kind of change the strength as well. Okay. Now, what do you guys think is the next one? What do you guys think is a little bit stronger than bugs, annoys, gets on my nerves?
Okay, so Marsha says number 6, I hate it when. I think I agree with her.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
So a lot of times people think that I hate it is the
strong.
strongest thing, but in reality, in English, it's not the strongest. It's
Yeah,
strong, but
we hate a lot of things, and so
yeah, yeah, exactly. That's
it
kind of
makes
like the
it
baseline, you know?
yeah, it weakens it.
Yeah,
So it can be quite casual to just
yeah,
say I hate something in our language. It's not necessarily that this thing is your mortal enemy,
yeah,
your
yeah,
nemesis that you can't bear, but it means that you just don't like it.
exactly. We like to exaggerate in English. We throw around words like love and hate
Yeah,
like it's nothing, you know?
we are very, very exaggerative. Um,
Exactly.
I was I was at a barbecue once with some friends, and one of them was Dutch, and he
Yeah,
said to me, "Oh, English people exaggerate so much." And I said,
yeah.
"Really?" And then our friend came over and said, "Oh, you guys should come and get some food because we've got about 1 million sausages." And I was like, "Oh, okay.
You
Maybe
might have a
we
point
do.
there.
Maybe we do."
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
starving to death if I'm really hungry.
Yeah, yeah.
I could eat a horse.
I mean, sometimes I could eat a horse, Caesar,
Yeah.
so don't make judgments like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, Horse is
You
good.
don't know how hungry we are.
All right. So,
Okay.
what's the next one? What do you think? Which one do you
So
think is stronger? I can't stand it or it drives me crazy?
I think I can't stand it is stronger,
Yeah,
but I'm not sure.
I agree.
I
I
want to
think the
know. I want to
strongest
hear
one
the
here is I can't stand it.
Yeah,
So this is the strongest one.
yeah. So I think probably then that was quite surprising to a lot of you. Um,
Yeah,
but now you know. If you really, really, really hate something, or if something is so annoying, you can express yourself in English by saying, "I cannot stand it when this thing happens." And it literally, I think, comes from I can't stand to be around it. If this thing happens, I have to go somewhere else because I hate it that much.
exactly. And I think one more that I had mentioned before that's worth adding to this list is it grinds my gears. This one's more
More
of,
difficult. Yep.
yeah, so gears are what you see inside of a watch or inside of a clock. The gears are the things that turn like this.
Okay.
And because of this motion, there is friction. There is this pressure, this feeling between the gears, and we call this grinding. So, grinding is the friction, the contact between. So, when we say it grinds my gears, it means it really makes me, kind of pressure. This pressure builds, it makes, me feel kind of like I'm going to explode, maybe. So, it
Okay.
grinds my gears. And for any of you who do not know Family Guy, that is your homework. Search It Grinds My Gears Family Guy on YouTube, on Google, and you will learn something new. All right, so let's see here. So, can you read this for us?
Yes, so it says, create a list of pet peeves that are true for you to complete these phrases. So you don't have to do all of them, but maybe if you choose one pet peeve from the weaker side, so it bugs me, it bothers me, and one pet peeve from the stronger side, so it drives me crazy, I can't stand it. So give us two each. That would be really, really great
Exactly. Yes, I love it.
because we want to know.
No, it really grinds my gears.
You know what grinds my gear? I do. I think I do know what grinds the gears.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So while you guys are writing those, if you want, we can move on.
Yeah. And just one quick thing, I'll show you guys the all right, a little bit of a cultural reference for you guys. So
When did you get that up?
right now.
That was rapid. I feel like you had
Oh,
that ready to go.
oh, always. All right. So how annoying. Ugh. Ooh, ugh. That's another kind of interjection for something annoying. In fact, we have a couple in English. What are some different ways that you can express that you're not happy with just,
Um,
sounds?
so a common one that I use and also we write a lot is this sound. So this,
Oh yeah, what is that?
to me, it's like ugh,
Oh,
ugh.
that's how you write it?
This is how I write it. Yeah, ugh.
Oh my god. Okay. So it's the same one, but you just write it differently. In
Yeah.
American English, we would write it like this.
1 second. So don't forget, Laurent, excellent. But it drives me crazy because the subject, it, is in the third person.
Exactly.
So we always conjugate with the verb ending in an S. So it drives me crazy when I drive in my city. Cool. Okay, so ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. So the
Ugh.
pronunciation is the same. It's a very like German sound. Just like in German, you say ich bin blah blah blah. In English, we say ugh, ugh. So it's here in your throat. Like you're trying to get that, ugh, ugh. It's stuck in your throat. You got to get it out. Ugh.
Very nice, very nice.
And do it again.
The more you know, you know?
Yeah.
The more you know.
And then I think we have another one too. Blech.
Ah, it's true. But what would you say is the difference between blech and ugh?
So ugh is kind of like ugh. Like I really, really don't. Oh, that's how you spell that? Oh
How do you
God, you
spell
spell
it?
Okay. So in American English, we would spell it like this.
Oh, I like this one, Laurent. Ah, in
Ah,
French.
there you
Ah,
go. Fantastic.
okay. Cool. So, Massimo, I really hate staying in a traffic jam. Good, but probably we would say I really hate being in a traffic jam because
Exactly.
staying is a bit more like something you've chosen.
Yeah.
You know, I choose to stay somewhere. Whereas I don't think anyone wants to stay in a traffic jam. They just
Yeah.
happen to
Probably
be
not.
there.
Yeah. So ugh
Okay.
and blech. How would you explain like the difference between ugh and blech?
I think blech is a bit more when you can't be bothered to explain something. You
Yeah.
say it's just blech,
Yeah.
whereas is more like a noise of just desperation.
Yeah. Blech. Ugh.
Nice. Nice. You guys don't even need words.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
need words. You just need uh English sounds.
Exactly.
So it's enough.
Just
It's
moan
enough.
and groan. Moan and groan.
Yep. Okay, so Mariano, I notice, is already answering some of these questions.
Oh,
So,
wow. He's on the ball.
oh
I'll
yeah.
tell him to come out. So in this case, not I will, but hypothetically. Oh no, wait. What do you do when? Yeah. So I would say I tell him.
Mm,
So this is more of the zero conditional.
mm.
When somebody does this, I do this. Just like number 2, 3, which you did perfectly.
Shut up,
Shut
please.
up, please.
Okay, so what do you do when someone annoys you? What do you do when a person is talking on their mobile phone in the cinema, a couple is kissing in public, someone near you is smoking, someone is eating loudly, you are sitting in a traffic jam. So that's another way to say it, guys. You
Yeah.
are sitting in a traffic jam, or the person you're waiting for is late. Okay,
Mm,
and Laurent, when you don't like a meal, it's blech. It can be blech, but it can also be ew
yeah. If you
and
think it's
gross.
disgusting, it's ugh or yuck.
Yuck. I think yuck is a good one.
Yeah, yuck. Ew.
Okay, so yes, so when a person is talking on their phone in a cinema, Mariano says, I tell him to come out. Remember, come is to be with you. So maybe you want him away from you. You'd tell or you'd ask him to go out.
Exactly.
Um,
Or
whereas
get
Luca
out.
will get out, exactly. Or as Luca would say, shut up, please, which I really
But
like
he
that.
said please, so it's okay.
Yeah. A couple is kissing in public. Mariano tries not to look at them. Nice, it's not your problem. Laurent says it's romantic.
Oh,
So it's how
Laurent
nice.
encourages them.
You go. Laurent cheers and woos. Continue, continue. Um,
Encore, as the French would
yes.
say.
Someone near you is smoking. Again, we've got really polite people here. So
Yeah.
Mariano, I would leave the room, okay? And Massimo, I'd ask a cigarette from him. Or we can say, I would, don't forget, like Caesar said, using the conditional. I would ask him for a cigarette.
Exactly. Mariano, I tell him to shut his mouth. Wow, okay. So yeah.
Could you please stop? Yeah, someone is eating loudly. I tell him to shut his mouth. Wow. Wow, that's a oh, Gilda, I look at him in a bad way. People can't help the volume at which they eat. Wow. It's harsh, guys.
Yeah, so we can say in would you say I look at him in a bad way though? Would you like say it like this?
No, so what we would say is I would give him, so still using the I would and then the infinitive, I would give him, and then we'd say probably a dirty look. When you
Exactly.
look at someone in a bad way, you call this expression a dirty look.
Exactly. As opposed to the clean look you give them when they're not bothering you.
um, Number 5, you're sitting in a traffic jam. Okay, so Mariano, I listen to music to relax, or I would listen to music to relax. Okay, cool. And what about the last one, everybody? When the person you're waiting for is late, what do you do? What do you do, Caesar? Or are you the late person usually?
No, I usually try to, get to places on time. Unless maybe it's like a social thing, then it's like, it's not really an issue. But if it's, I cry? What? Oh my God.
Wow, I would not like to be late for you.
Yeah. Note to self. Never be
Oh,
late when you're
oh
walking.
no, that's for the traffic jam. Okay,
Oh,
that's
for the
more.
okay,
Okay,
okay, okay,
that's
okay.
okay.
That makes more sense.
Okay, Mariano, if it's a girl, I don't say anything. I don't know if I should be offended or
Yeah,
if
I don't
that's like a
know.
nice thing.
Yeah. Borderline.
Oh, but whereas Laurent, no, I go home. If you
Oh,
are late, I'm on my way home. If you're stuck in a traffic jam crying and I'm waiting for you, I'm going home.
exactly. So like Jadine said before, with home, we don't need at. We can just say I return home or I go back home, but not return at home. At home we only use with to be. I am at home now, for example. And call them on the phone.
Okay, reasonable. Yeah.
Better than crying.
We're leaving.
Yeah. How about you? Are you usually the person that's late or the person that is waiting?
Usually I'm the person that's waiting, but I do have one or two friends where just by chance I happen to always be late. So they
Yeah.
think of me as the late friend when I'm always the early friend.
Yeah. That's the worst.
It's really sad.
I drink a lot. Oh, okay. When when you're waiting for somebody. Hey, that's a reasonable solution. Can't blame you there. Especially the day after St. Pat's. All
It's
right.
true.
So,
It's true.
all right. You want to read this for us?
Yes, okay, so please stop. Or as I can't remember who suggested it earlier, I think it was Luca. Shut up, please. We're now looking at ways where we can make a request where we're still polite because in English we like to be polite. We don't like
Exactly.
to be
And what
too
is polite
direct.
exactly?
Polite has nothing to do with education.
Mm,
It's just to do with manners. We
mm,
say so when you do or say something in a way to make another person feel respected.
mm. Perfect. Fantastic. What are some
Oh.
of the most common polite words, or as the magic words as we call them?
Yeah, we do call them magic words. So please, thank you. Is it just please and thank you?
Yeah, yeah. Please and thank you. They are the magic words. Hey.
Wow, didn't know
Yeah.
that you guys had a song.
Oh, we do. We got a song for everything.
Okay, cool. I mean, you always remember things better with song, I think. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
number one, could you please talking during the film.
Mhm.
Number two, I'd if you smoked elsewhere, please. Number three, excuse me, but would you not swearing in front of my children? So Caesar, what is swearing?
Swearing is when you say bad words. So in English, we have different ways to express this. I think swearing is the more standard term,
Mm,
eh, but we can also say saying bad words. We can also say cursing,
hmm
more in the north of the United States. But in the south, where I'm from, normally we say cussing.
Okay.
So no
Um,
cussing.
okay, cool. And number four, it would be if you could cover your mouth when you sneeze. I think this is what all of us think right now.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, words that you can use, the options are on the left. Great, appreciate, stop, and mind. And I can see that some of you have already started answering, so great.
perfect. So yeah, Yelda, number one would be, could you please stop talking during the film?
Okay, excellent. So
And
well
one
done,
little thing
you,
here,
Laurent.
after stop, what do we always need?
Does anybody know? So you always need an ing word.
Yeah, exactly. So stop talking, stop doing that, stop putting the tea bag in the sink. There's no need for that.
Excellent, Luca. So stop and ing.
Exactly.
Okay, so number two, Luca, Laurent, also excellent. So I'd appreciate it if you smoked elsewhere, please. I apostrophe D, that's I would, which is just a nicer way to ask for things or to say I like something.
Exactly. In English, we are not very direct when we are polite. So I
Excellent.
hypothetically would appreciate it if you smoked elsewhere. And remember, this is always this structure. So you can change the verb here, but everything else stays the same. I'd appreciate it if you went, if you stopped, if you smoked.
Cool. Okay, so yes, Gilda, Luca, well done. Laurent also. Yes, excuse me, but would you mind not swearing in front of my children?
Exactly. Exactly. And the same thing as stop, mind, and ing. Stop and ing. And the last one,
For the last one as well, well done, Luca, Laurent. It would be great if you could cover your mouth when you sneeze.
exactly. This one's another very common one. All of these are super, super, super common. Yeah. And here we can say it would, or just like with I'd, we can say it'd be great.
Yeah,
And the T kind of disappears here. It'd be great. All right. So let's go ahead and oh, and this is what we said before. It'd be great if you could, blah blah blah. Could you please stop? Would you mind? Blah. Or I'd appreciate if you blah blah blah. So in the comments, I'd like each of you to go ahead and give us an example using one of these structures, whichever one you want to use. Ooh, great question, Laurent. Sneeze versus not. I think he means cough, not cut. Exactly. So sneeze is achoo, and cough is and everybody notice how I covered my mouth regardless. Very
It
important.
wasn't real, but I did it.
Exactly.
Oh, Luca, really
Fantastic.
nice.
Wow.
Would you mind closing the door, please? Really nice.
Absolutely. You got it.
Really nice. Oh, there's a pigeon just outside my window. I'm scared.
So in this case, if there's a pigeon outside your window, we could say, I'd really appreciate it if you didn't poop on my balcony.
Oh, I'd really appreciate it if you flew away.
Yeah,
Please. I don't want to live in fear like this.
yeah. It'd be great if you flew away.
Yeah. Would you mind not coming into my bedroom?
Is that okay? Cool. All right, so we'll go ahead and move on ahead. Well, you know. All right, so here we have some situations where you can use these. So, what are some polite ways to ask someone, to stop one of these things? So, blowing bubbles. What is blowing bubbles with gum?
To blow a bubble, it's just like what this woman is doing in the picture. So to make a bubble, but you have to blow the air in.
Exactly. And to pick your nose, could you please show us what picking your nose is?
When you pick your nose, it's when you put your finger up inside your nose.
Exactly.
It's not a very nice thing
Yeah.
to do,
We
but
can also
probably
call it
something a
digging
lot of
for
us do in
gold.
private. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Exactly. Yeah, we can also call it digging for gold.
Digging for gold. Do you dig for gold often?
No, not too often, no.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
All right, yeah, poop. Yeah. Poo,
Number one.
feces. Yeah,
Okay, so
absolutely.
number one, Masha would say, oh, I do this a lot. High five. Cool. Remember, if it's something we do regularly, we use the present simple for a routine or a habit. So we say,
Exactly.
I do this often.
Exactly. Generally speaking. So, what would you say, Jadine, if you saw a couple fighting at a party?
I mean, because I'm so English, probably I'd just say nothing.
Yeah.
But if I had to say something, I'd say, hey guys, would you mind like I don't know, separating? Maybe one of
Yeah.
you could go home and just chill out,
Yeah.
please. Please, would you mind?
Could you take this outside? Maybe we can also
Ah,
say.
could you take this out? That is nice. So continue the fight.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
just
I would
not
say, are
in
you
front
going
of
to take
me.
that from him?
Would you?
No.
Would you say, "Oh no,
Oh no,
oh
you
no"?
didn't.
You're gonna take that. So, guys, that's just a joke. If people are arguing and there's a third person not involved in the argument, but that wants to, you know, make it continue, they enjoy watching the drama. You can say, "Are you gonna take that?" As in,
Exactly.
are you gonna be disrespected like that, or are you gonna defend yourself?
Exactly. And in
Okay,
this
number
case, we can say to instigate. Instigate is the person that encourages the fight.
great.
That's great.
During archaeological excavation.
Fantastic. Awesome.
Wonderful.
Very, very
Wonderful.
good.
Okay.
I
Laurent, it
like
was
that.
your dream as a child to blow bubbles. Right. Did you ever blow any? Uh, okay. So Caesar, what about for this last one? Someone who is ill, coughs or sneezes near you. What do you say now in this very trying time?
I would say cover your mouth.
No, you wouldn't even drop a magic word.
No, cover your mouth
Wow.
before I cover it for you. You don't know
Whoa.
me. No, I'm just kidding.
Although
No,
that
it's
that kind of defeats the purpose of them covering their mouths, but the threat is real.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
No, I would probably
do
say,
something.
please, or would you mind covering your mouth, but with this tone, the very, harsh tone.
I'm asking, but I don't mean it. Okay, so
Exactly.
guys, we've reached the end of the lesson. If you have any final questions, please ask us now. Um, and we'll try to answer it. But otherwise, thank you so much for being so involved, and interacting with us. It makes it so much nicer for us when you guys are present and answering. So thank you.
100%. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I'll call the police now. There you go, Laura. Modern problems
Oh,
require modern
it's
solutions,
true.
Laurent.
It's true. It's true. Bye, Massimo. Thank you. You too. Okay,
Bye,
thank you,
guys. Thank
everybody.
you so much.
Bye.
Bye.